Are you dreaming of owning a home golf simulator, but you don't want the hassle of piecing everything together yourself? My name's Mitch, and for the past 5 years, I've built and tested a variety of home golf simulator setups. And I'm about to show you 3 ready-made options at different budgets, so you can see exactly what your money gets you, and then choose the one that's right for you. So to build a professional level golf simulator in your own home, you need 3 things. You need a net or a screen, you need a mat, and you need a launch monitor. Now you also need a phone or a tablet or a PC of some description, but since you're watching this video, I'm presuming you've got one of those. Now this first setup gives you exactly that. I'm using an 8-foot by 8-foot SimSpace net, paired with their standard hitting mat and the SLX hybrid mini launch monitor. Now this whole package, minus my tablet, comes in at less than £660, and it's a fantastic entry-level route into simulator golf. Now the SLX hybrid mini launch monitor is okay. It's tiny, it's portable, and it's pretty reliable when it comes to reading ball speeds and understanding your carry distances. But it definitely does have its limitations. For example, it doesn't read how far offline you're hitting shots, and it's not the best at reading shots that are less than 50 yards. So if this setup isn't quite good enough for you, let's take this up a level to a more professional standard golf simulator. Now, as you can see, not only have I upgraded my launch monitor, I've also added an impact screen to that exact same SimSpace net, which is a fantastic feature. Now you don't have to add an impact screen to get a professional golf simulator experience, but if you're after a more immersive simulator experience and you might be considering adding a projector later down the line, then this is definitely a great way to stay within a tighter budget. Now I'm using the popular Square Golf launch monitor, which in my opinion is the best budget indoor launch monitor currently on the market. It's reliable, provides ball and club data, it's easy to set up, and it's got no subscription fees. And the software that it comes with is great. Not only because you can grind away on one of its 2 driving ranges, but you can also play virtual golf courses straight out of the box. So for less than £1,300, you can have a professional level golf simulator with a screen, a mat, and a launch monitor, and all you need to add is a projector. But if that's not good enough, let me show you what the next level up is. Okay, now we're starting to look a lot more like it. This is one of SimSpace's golf simulator enclosures, and as you can see, it instantly feels much more professional. Now this is where your experience really starts to transform, because instead of hitting into just a net, now you've got a much more clean and immersive setup that feels much more premium. Now the model that I've got here is 2.5 meters high by 4 meters wide, which is a lovely 16 by 10 aspect ratio. Now I set this whole thing up on my own in less than 2 hours, and if you had somebody to help you, I can guarantee that you'll have it up and running within the hour. Now as always, the trickiest part of doing this build, the poles and everything were super easy to set up, but the trickiest bit is just getting that black surround the right way around before you start threading through all of the poles and stuff. But once you've got that sorted, you will be up and running in no time. Now the depth of the enclosure is 1.5 meters or around 5 feet. And in my experience, that is more than enough for some side protection. However, if you would like to feel a little bit more comfortable when you are swinging, if you or a friend might have a shank in you, then you can always get some extra side protection that can attach and come out a little bit further, just so you feel a little bit more comfortable. The build itself feels solid. It's got sturdy steel poles with some easy connecting joints. It comes with bungees and Velcro straps to keep the screen nice and tight. And the screen itself is a heavy duty 3-layer material that's designed to project up to a 4K resolution image and handle ball speeds comfortably all whilst keeping the noise down too. Now, there's various simulator enclosure sizes available on the SimSpace website, and in my experience, the bigger the better. So if you can fill your space with one of these enclosures, then I highly recommend that, just to give you more of an immersive feel. Now, this particular bundle comes with the enclosure, it comes with SimSpace's standard mat, and again, I'm using the Square Golf launch monitor. Only this time, this bundle includes Square Golf's own protective case. And with the Square being not one of the most robust launch monitors on the market in comparison to some others, I highly recommend getting the protective case with this device, just in case a ball decides to find its way straight into the unit. And yeah, that would be a very expensive shank, wouldn't it? Now, all in, this setup comes in at just under £2,000 or $2,500. And the only thing missing from this bundle is a projector. Now, as you can see, I've got my projector hooked up here. And what's amazing about all of these enclosures is that each and every one is perfectly sized to match all of the common aspect ratios. So when the time does come for you to add a projector, the whole setup and process of installing it is going to be very simple, and you don't have to mess around with any custom resolutions or anything like that. It'll just be a case of plugging it in, choosing your resolution, and once you've got it the correct distance away, you'll be good to go. Okay, now we've reached the top end bundle. This is the best that SimSpace offers, and it's where everything comes together to give you the closest to a professional home golf simulator setup on a budget. But can you spot what's different? Not bad. Now, this bundle is effectively exactly the same as the previous one, but with a couple of key additions. And the first one is the hitting mat. So rather than using SimSpace's standard hitting mat, this is their upgraded T-Turf hitting mat. And this is the same style of mat that I use in my main simulator. Now, what's amazing about the T-Turf hitting mat is that it's much thicker and it's more dense than the standard hitting mat. It's effectively not as firm to hit off, and every time you take a swing, it feels much more true to hitting off of a real life fairway. And if you're planning on spending a lot of time playing golf indoors, then it is extremely important to get a high quality hitting mat, just so that you can avoid the chance of any potential overuse injuries. Now, the next addition to this more premium end bundle from SimSpace is this blackout screen, and it is basically designed to go behind your impact screen to block out any ambient light that might be coming through, in order to give you a much better projected image. And I'm going to install it now and see if it makes a difference. What do you think? Has it made much difference? I'm quite fortunate in here that I don't have any natural light from windows or doors or anything, so it's already pretty dark once I turn my lights out. However, if you do have a simulator space where you've got ambient light coming in, then the blackout screen is definitely going to help. In this premium bundle, you also get a couple of added extras that you don't get in the lower end packages. First of all, you get a set of 3 tailor-made TP5 golf balls. Some premium golf balls that can be read accurately by the Square Golf launch monitor and used to give you much more accurate data that's true to real life and when you're out on the golf course. Secondly, you may have noticed that my Square Golf launch monitor looks a little bit different. That's because it's now covered in SimSpace's ironclad protective case. And this thing is almost indestructible. So if you are after the peace of mind of protecting your launch monitor, then this case is going to be the way to go, because there is absolutely no way that a stray golf ball is going to ricochet into that and cause any damage to your launch monitor. And it's even going to be fantastic for when you're storing it away as well. Altogether, this premium bundle is going to give you pretty much everything that you're going to need for a professional level home golf simulator, obviously minus the projector. And all in all, this comes in around about £2,600 or a little over $3,000. Right, so there are a list of a variety of options that you've got in terms of building a home golf simulator, from the most budget of ends to one of the more premium ends. And what I must admit about these SimSpace setups is they're so convenient. They're designed to come so it's installation with minimal fuss, minimal effort, no tools. And like I said to you earlier, I had this enclosure set up inside 2 hours doing it all by myself. And if you're doing it with somebody else, then you'll be able to do it in 1 hour, no problem. And that is a massive contrast compared to my permanent golf simulator setup that you might be more familiar with seeing on this channel, which literally took me weeks to build. Now, if you're just starting out and you're on a bit of a tight budget, then the net setup is absolutely fine, right? Because owning a golf simulator literally is an ongoing project. No matter if you're starting on a budget or if you've got a high-end simulator, there's always going to be something that you want to upgrade. So being able to start with just a net and a mat and a simple launch monitor is absolutely fine, because like I say, you can upgrade over time. Now, if you do want to start with one of these pre-built enclosures, then I have to admit they are fantastic. Like I said, they were so easy to put up and they are designed to be built without any tools or anything. I put mine up inside 2 hours all by myself. If I had to be picky though, one thing I don't particularly like is the black border that runs along the bottom of the impact screen. I've tested a number of impact screens before and enclosures before, where the impact screen, it kind of flows right down to the floor, and it's got some adjustable wire or rope or bungee cord that runs along the bottom of it to keep it safely on the floor so that the balls don't go flying underneath. Like I say, it's a very nitpicky thing about these SimSpace screens, but on the whole, they are absolutely fantastic. I'm sure you'll agree. So whether you're on a tight budget and you're just after a simple net setup, or you're going to spend a little bit more and go all out for the more premium style enclosure, check out the link to SimSpace's website, which is in the description below. And whilst you're there, you can use my discount code handicapgolf to save you a little bit of money. If you've got any questions about these SimSpace products, then drop them in the comments below and I will try my best to answer them. And if you're new here, my name's Mitch. This is Handicap Golf, a YouTube channel all about golf simulators and launch monitors, helping you build the best home simulator for you.